over here and they don't know anything and they're dragging us down because we all come from immigrants, including you, Tomi.
Her second great-grandmother had been here for 10 years, yet spoke no English. Oh my gosh.
She talks about low scales. What exactly are her...
Live TV debates are always intense, but what unfolded between Sunny Hostin and Tomi Lahren on The View went beyond a heated exchange. It got personal. This wasn't just a clash over policies, it was a calculated attempt to put Tomi on the defensive in front of a national audience. But what happened next caught Hostin off guard, leaving her momentarily stunned and silent. It all started with a discussion on immigration policies, a topic guaranteed to spark strong opinions. But things escalated quickly when Sunny Hostin took aim at Tomi's family history, insinuating that her ancestors' immigration journey contradicted her firm stance on modern merit-based policies. The move was designed to discredit Tomi, painting her as hypocritical. Hostin was ready for a takedown, but what followed wasn't Tomi crumbling under pressure. Instead, she rose to the challenge, responding with a poised yet pointed rebuttal. With a calm but firm tone, she addressed the accusation head-on, turning the moment in her favor.
1930 census says Tomi's 3 times great-grandmother had been here for 41 years and still spoke German. She didn't speak English.
Someone over the weekend decided to dig into my family history, expecting to find a gotcha moment to brand me a hypocrite. And guess what they discovered? My family came here legally in the 1800s from Norway and Germany. The audience held its breath, seemingly waiting for Hostin to fire back with another jab. But Tomi wasn't finished. Instead of retreating, she took control of the narrative, her composure unwavering. What she really found, Tomi continued, her voice steady and unshaken, was proof that legal immigration has always been the foundation of this country, just as I've always said. In that moment, the dynamic shifted, leaving Hostin without the upper hand she had anticipated.
News contributor Tomi Lahren is here to respond to that. So, Tomi, what led to that bashing on The View?
Was proof that my family played by the rules. They followed the laws, just like I believe every immigrant should, Tomi continued, unwavering. And for the record, I'm still waiting for someone to take a closer look at Elizabeth Warren's so-called ancestry. The sharp jab sent a wave of murmurs rippling through the room. The audience, caught off guard, exchanged glances as the tension thickened. Hostin, seemingly prepared for a different response, hesitated. Tomi had not only defended herself, but turned the scrutiny in an unexpected direction. The balance of the debate had shifted, and the moment was hers.
Isn't what she calls resistance genealogy. It's just another indication of Trump derangement syndrome. But I really am happy, though, that she has such a fascination with my family history, and I'm hoping that she will take on Elizabeth.
Sunny, caught in an awkward silence, struggled to match the composure and resolve of her opponent. The tension in the room shifted visibly. The upper hand was no longer hers. Tomi's defense not only reinforced her stance on merit-based immigration, but also exposed the pitfalls of resorting to personal attacks in political debates. Even as the conversation returned to broader immigration policies, Tomi's point stood firm. She elaborated with precision, her voice steady and direct. Here's what they failed to understand. I'm not against immigration. What I oppose is breaking the law to achieve it. There's a right way to do things. Sign the guest book, prove your credentials. That's not asking too much. Sneaking in undermines the system. With that, the debate had taken an unexpected turn. What had started as an attempt to discredit her had instead given Tomi the perfect stage to reaffirm her beliefs with confidence and clarity.
Tomi, a couple of things. They do not understand the conversations about illegal immigration and immigration. One group of people signs the guest book and says, I'd like to stay, here's my credentials, the other sneaks in. They might both be fine people, just as there's a way in and there's a wrong way in.
The statement hung in the air as some panelists nodded reluctantly, while others clearly disagreed. Hostin attempted to steer the conversation in a different direction, arguing that today's immigration challenges mirrored those of the 1800s. Tomi's response was swift and firm, cutting through the rhetoric like a knife. Let's not pretend. The crises are the same, she countered. Back in the 1800s, immigrants came legally, asked for nothing, and worked tirelessly to build their lives. Today, we're grappling with unchecked illegal crossings, systemic abuse, and undeniable security threats. Comparing the two isn't just inaccurate, it's dangerous. Hostin struggled to regain her footing, but the damage was done. The attempt to discredit Tomi through personal attacks had backfired spectacularly. leaving Sunny visibly uncomfortable. Tomi, on the other hand, stood her ground, proving that calculated composure and unwavering conviction can turn the tables in even the most heated debates. The aftermath of this exchange was more than just a televised confrontation. It was a moment that exposed the risks of weaponizing personal history in political discourse.
And for them to go that deep in your background, you have gotten under their skin to a level I didn't think was.
It was a reflection of the increasingly polarized climate surrounding political discourse. This wasn't just a clash of opinions, it was a masterclass in handling opposition with poise and conviction. Immigration debates have always been contentious, but this time, Tomi Lahren faced a level of scrutiny that crossed the line into something deeply personal on live TV. Amid heated discussions, Sunny Hostin and her co-hosts took an unexpected turn. They didn't just challenge Lahren's political stance, they attempted to dismantle her credibility by digging into her ancestry. But instead of faltering under pressure, Lahren seized the moment and turned it into a defining one. The conversation had already been tense, centering around merit-based immigration versus concerns over illegal border crossings. Lahren remained composed yet firm in her stance. "We believe in immigration. We understand this country was built by immigrants, but there's a right way to enter, and there's a wrong way. It's as simple as signing the guest book and providing credentials versus sneaking in." It wasn't long before the panel shifted gears. Sunny Hostin, convinced she had uncovered a revelation, prepared to deliver what she believed would be the knockout blow.
DNA, 23andMe, because I cannot believe the detail on your background that they were able to get.
Research into Tomi's heritage had been done, presumably to expose a contradiction in her immigration stance, but she didn't flinch. With a confident smirk, she diffused the attack with sharp wit, turning the moment in her favor.
Well, I don't have to. She did all the research for me, so I'm sure my family is very appreciative.
Apparently, Sunny Hostin did all my family history research for me. Looks like I don't even need to sign up for 23andMe. Thanks, Sunny. Laughter erupted from her fellow Fox News contributors, while the View hosts shifted uncomfortably. But beyond the humor, Tomi's message was sharp and clear. "What this really shows," she continued, "is their desperation. They dig into my past not to engage in meaningful dialogue, but to launch personal attacks. And what did they find? That my ancestors came here legally in the 1800s, documented, asking for nothing but the chance to build a life. That has absolutely no bearing on the illegal immigration crisis we're facing today." The conversation took another turn when a co-host commented on the surprising level of detail in the background information Sunny had presented. Tomi didn't miss a beat. "Did I provide them with my DNA results?" she quipped. "No, I think Sunny did all the heavy lifting for me. I'm sure my family sends their thanks." As if the sparring wasn't enough, Tomi delivered the final blow, a direct shot at the View's credibility. "You know," she said, her voice measured yet piercing, "I can't help but notice how often this show devolves into misinformation and personal vendettas. If you all spent half as much time discussing real solutions as you do discrediting people like me, maybe this country would actually move forward." A heavy silence fell over the room. The unease among the View hosts was palpable. Joy Behar, never one to let a comment slide, attempted a sarcastic rebuttal, implying that Tomi's position lacked substance. But Tomi countered with razor-sharp precision. "Joy, I'd love to hear about your skill set sometime. Maybe we could swap stories. But remember, those in glass houses shouldn't throw stones." It was a mic drop moment. The host scrambled to regain composure, but the damage was done. Tomi hadn't just withstood the barrage of attacks. She had turned the tables entirely. The debate over immigration policies remained unresolved. But one thing was certain. This exchange left a mark on everyone watching.